this is Leah Whitehorse from Astrology with the cosmic forecast for December 2013. The month begins with some expansive energy as we have a new moon in Sagittarius on the 3rd of December and Mercury entering Sagittarius on the 5th of December. Sagittarius is symbolized by a centaur who aims his bow upwards to shoot an arrow to the sky. The centaur is half man, half horse, so he's in touch with his primal passions and instincts as well as his intellect. Sagittarius as a sign asks us to aim higher. It's a mutable fire sign, which means it's flexible, changeable, like the flames of a fire constantly flickering. When you look into these flickering flames, sometimes you can see pictures in the fire. Sagittarius is a storyteller, and every good story needs a hero or a heroine, and that's you. Sagittarius urges us on an adventure, pushes us towards new experiences, encourages us out into the world to see new faces and new places. It's about finding kindred spirits, those who understand you, and also connecting with people who fuel your ideas and spark your enthusiasm. Sagittarius is about finding your inner faith and a belief system which gives you a sense of meaning in the world. The new moon is square to Chiron and sextile to minor planet Ceres. If you're feeling like you lack faith in yourself, look to how you can better feed your creativity and enthusiasm for life. What is it that has you bubbling with ideas? There is a fabulous trine from the new moon to Uranus, which says don't be afraid to be who you are. Uranus is unique. In the solar system, the planet Uranus spins on his side due to an extreme axial tilt. Symbolically then, Uranus in astrology says embrace your difference. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, it's about what you think. Sagittarius gives us a sense of freedom to roam so that we can scoop up experiences that help us come to a higher understanding of the world and of ourselves. With both the new moon and Mercury in this sign, it's time to walk your talk. This is a perfect time to decide on a new course, to learn a language, to hook up with friends who live far away. Expand your circle. It's a time to do something that inspires you. Stay positive, make a vision board and dream a bigger dream. Mars enters Libra on the 7th of December. Mars is considered to be in detriment in this sign because Libra is opposite to the sign that Mars naturally rules, which is Aries. Mars is going to be in Libra for around 8 months, which is longer than usual because Mars next year will retrograde back through this sign. Mars in Libra puts the focus on relationships and motivates us to find a better balance with how we deal with others one-to-one. Because Mars is in detriment here, it's about learning to compromise without fighting. It's about learning who is on your side and who isn't. Any projection of anger is likely to be brought out into the open to be dealt with. Look to where you have Libra in your own chart to see which area of life is being energized by this transit and the areas of life which will demand more energy from you. And if you have any planets in Libra, these are going to be in the hot seat during this transit. A full moon in Gemini occurs on the 17th of December, just as Uranus turns direct. With the full moon opposite the ruler of Gemini, which is Mercury, it may be hard at times to understand exactly what the universe is asking of you. You may feel torn between your head and your heart. A trine from the full moon to Neptune, however, says to go with the majority. Make the decision that benefits the greater good. Full moon in Gemini can indicate a busy time where you feel like you need to wear many hats and you're always on the move. Gemini is also associated with your local community, with the trine from the moon to compassionate and charitable Neptune and the opposition to Mercury. Thinking of others who are in less fortunate circumstances is a wonderful way to tune into this energy. As it's holiday season, check in with your neighbours and others nearby. A little gift or even just a kind word will let them know that they aren't forgotten. As we move towards the end of the year, the Western world sees its biggest seasonal celebration. Whilst Christmas is now as much of a commercial affair as it is religious, this time of year is sacred in the cosmic calendar and has been celebrated since ancient times. Our festivities these days are drawn from the Roman festival of Saturnalia, which honoured the god Saturn, ruler of Capricorn, through feasting, parties and gift-giving, which was open to masters and slaves alike. Our celebrations are also linked to pagan festivities, and many of the original symbols are still present, such as the evergreen tree representing life, candles representing warmth and light, and of course we have the star itself on the top of the Christmas tree, honouring our own beautiful star, which is at the centre of our solar system. The 21st of December marks the winter solstice as the sun enters Capricorn. The word solstice means sun stands still. It's a time for us to stand still and take stock of our own lives and be thankful for what we have. The fiery, expansive energy of Sagittarius is now replaced with a more sombre, earthy and reflective energy that draws our attention inwards. This is an ancient pagan festival of light, the shortest day and the longest night in the northern hemisphere. After this date, the days will slowly grow longer and the nights shorter until we reach the spring equinox next year. Winter solstice, then, is a time to celebrate the rebirth of the sun god. Christianity at this time celebrates the birth of the Son of God. It's all about light. Celebrate the winter solstice by lighting a candle. Visualize relighting your own inner fire. On the longest night, consider, what can I do to bring more light into the world? Winter solstice is a perfect time to set new intentions for the new year ahead. Ambitious Capricorn is symbolised by the goat, so set your sights high, aim for the mountaintop, but be prepared for some hard work ahead. Capricorn energy can help you to really mean business when it comes to your New Year's resolutions. Capricorn and ruler Saturn are more than ready to shoulder the responsibilities that come with manifesting a dream. Work hand in hand with the sun. Let your clarity grow day by day as the sun's rays strengthen. On the same day as the winter solstice, Venus turns retrograde in Capricorn, so this is a time of re-evaluating what is important to you. Generally, it's considered wise to avoid making large purchases or long-term investments when Venus stations retrograde. Although, if you know what you're looking for, it could be good to buy antiques or second-hand objects at a good price. Another traditional manifestation of retrograde Venus is that past partners may revisit your life, which often prompts a review of the current status of your love life. Venus gives you the time you need to explore your relationships. Do you believe you deserve love? Are you getting the love you deserve? What do you have to do to earn love? Are you giving what you can give? What do you value in a relationship? Are you really living your values? Venus retrograde in Capricorn asks you to think, what is this worth? Sometimes this transit can manifest as people feeling unloved or unappreciated, so it can be a good time to explore those feelings and reconcile them, either with a loved one or just within yourself. Consider the commitments and promises you've made to both yourself and to others. This transit can help you rebuild trust and recommit if necessary. Venus retrograde helps you to discover your own inner beauty. Mercury enters Capricorn on the 24th of December, so now we have 4 planets in total in this earthy, hard-working sign. Mercury is a planet who symbolises the young, and Capricorn is the sign of the old. Therefore, with the festivities almost upon us and family gatherings happening, this is wonderful for triggering conversations between generations. Listen to the stories of your elders to become wise beyond your years. Treasure the wealth of experience that they have. Now, the last week of December sees some possibly bumpy transits as Mars triggers the Uranus-Pluto square, which I talked about in my last video. On Christmas Day, Mars perfects an opposition to Uranus, which may trigger some surprises, some wanted, and some perhaps not quite so welcome. This is a feisty energy which pulls people in different directions. There may be some tendency towards headstrong behaviour as everyone wants to do something different. With all the background energy on traditional Capricorn, there may be some issues regarding how things are normally done. The cry of, "But we always do this at Christmas," may be heard. But maybe it's time to do something a little different, to start a new tradition. Mars and Uranus are partial to a little bit of spontaneity. Mars opposite Uranus and the building square between Mars and Pluto can trigger some old arguments and touch upon resentments. Whilst this can be uncomfortable, it can also be used to heal these situations. Mars in Libra can fall into patterns of defining who are friends and who are enemies. People want to know who's on my side. Divisive tactics, though, only cause more problems. It's not about win or lose. It's about learning the art of compromise whilst allowing another to express who they are. It's about having the courage to face any difficulties and, most of all, the courage to let it go. The Mars-Pluto square perfects on New Year's Eve. It's possible that on a mundane level, this aspect could trigger some unrest. Mars square Pluto is a warlike aspect given to violent behaviour if uncontrolled. So just take care if you're out and about and stay aware of the atmosphere that's around you. On a personal level, this transit is best used in a physical way, so if you're planning on dancing the night away to celebrate New Year's Eve, this will give you the energy to do so. Alternatively, a long walk out in the fresh air will help to blow away the cobwebs. Physical exercise not only siphons off some of the more extreme Martian energy, but it also produces feel-good chemicals in the body, which reduce the likeliness of conflict. Whatever the circumstances, Mars triggering the Uranus-Pluto square is likely to see the old year out with a bang and clear the way, ready for the new year to begin. Now, lastly, as a final message for this forecast, I shuffled my tarot cards. I used the Rider-Waite deck this time, and the card that came out was the Four of Pentacles, which you can see there. Now, when this card appears, it can indicate where we hold on too tightly to those things that make us feel safe. Sometimes the card can come up to represent control issues or defensive behaviour that stems from fear. It stems from fear of losing what we already have. And this is very Mars-Pluto energy. The Four of Pentacles encourages us to look at where we try and maintain the status quo and what does this cost us. The lesson of this card is about learning to give, being open to receive. It's about finding contentment with what you have, and strength comes from finding gratitude. I wish you all a very merry Yule. Thank you.